Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we're looking at this time is the Kohetsu VG-5 Tsuchime or hammered petty 120mm knife. So the core steel on this line of knives is VG-5 full stainless steel at a heat treat around 60 to 61 Rockwell. The construction is a softer stainless cladding on either side of that core steel for 3-layer construction. And then the finish on it, you can see it's a little harder to do on a smaller knife like this, but it's got a kind of a random hammered pattern on it for some nice aesthetic and then a little bit of contribution to food release characteristics. So that's the Tsuchime. Easier for me to say, Tsuchime. So that means hammered finish. So really cool look to these line of knives. They're a lot of value. They're great performers and really quite reasonably priced for what you get. So the weight and dimensions on these might vary just a touch, but this one's about 81 grams or 2.9 ounces. Edge length is about 115 millimeters on the edge, or 4.5 inches. Overall length about 227 millimeters. Spine thickness, pretty much the same thickness throughout. I calculate at about 1.7 millimeters. Just pretty much all the way through, and then fairly generous grind on these. You can see how high the grind goes, and so it thins out towards the tip. Height on these is about 27.6 millimeters. Not super tall, but pretty apropos for this style of knife. The handle is a black Packawood stabilized wood product, full tang. It's got a fairly long handle, so it's got a appropriately sized bolster that is not pinned on. It just flows right in to the handle, or I should say the blade. And you're not going to look for clearance on this style of knife, but so the handle feels really good. You can choke up on this. You can do, quite a bit with it. A 120 is kind of a tweener, so you can do some in-hand work with it. It's not super tall. It's not ideal. Paring knife, a true paring knife is probably better for paring tasks or in-hand tasks, but you can do stuff with this. And it's also got enough length where you could do some, cleaning up some silver skin and stuff off tenderloins or meats and that kind of stuff. You could take a chicken down with these. So, they're pretty versatile, kind of in between size. So let's take a look at it just on the cutting board in case you were to do some board work with it. Here is the profile. A little bit of flat towards the heel. You don't have a lot of clearance for your fingers here. It's hard for me to show this, the angle I'm at, but remember, if you've got a knife that's doesn't have much clearance, if you've got a cutting board that's a little higher, you can just take it, go right off the edge of the board and work there. Or if your board's real low, you could just move it to the edge of your countertop and get kind of the same effect where you got room for your hand and your fingers that way. So you can do a little bit of a workaround on it. So, but these are really, really sharp out of the box, 6, 7 out of 10. Stiff blade, they've thinned them out. You can see the polished area. They thin them out quite a bit towards the edge, that polished area. So they bring it down to a very small edge bevel, and I've got a piece of something on there. There we go. So they thin them out quite a bit towards the edge. You've got etched kanji on there. If I can find a good shot of this here. There we go. You can see the hammering on both sides. Nice fit and finish on them. They've polished the spine a little bit. Polished the choil. So very comfortable. Just pull it out of the box and start working. So cool little knife. So if you're looking for a kind of a tweener size, this is an excellent value. This is the Kohetsu VG-5 Tsuchime or hammered petty 120mm knife.